Well, hi everybody, it's that time of year again, the 6 weeks now roughly till this year's Isle of Man Festival of Motoring. The theme this year is of course the Isle of Man Goes Topless, with the emphasis on convertible cars, and I'm pleased to say we're almost sold out again, and lots of lovely convertible cars coming over, although we're going to have all sorts of things coming over, all sorts of cars coming over, so it's going to be another fantastic event, I'm sure, and everyone on the island is really looking forward to it. So we've got the red jacket back on again, and yet another video. For those of you who've been with us before, you'll be used to these now. If you haven't travelled with us to the Festival of Motoring before, then this will be new to you. I'm going to go through this as quickly as I can, although I must apologise in advance. There is a lot of information to go through. We find this is better to go through it with a video so that I can give you a really good overview of the event, what you're taking place in, or taking part in, should I say, and some of the things we're doing, and some of them gives us an opportunity to explain to you the reasons why we're doing what we're doing, and that will give you a bit of a heads up regarding the event. So we will have roughly 300 cars over on the island for this year's Isle of Man Festival of Motoring. You'll receive your road books, or they will actually be event guides this year. If you've been before, you will notice a difference. Rather than the black zip-up folder, you will now get more of a event booklet. So that's a printed booklet. The reason for that is because the road books, because there are so many of them, it is such a massively labour-intensive job to produce them. So we've tried to come up with something a little bit more professional, a little bit more easy for you to use. And so when you get your road book through the post this year, it will be in the form of an event guide booklet, like a magazine, with all of the information you get that you need for the whole event. Hopefully you'll find those equally as informative, probably easier to carry around with you and to use as an information guide. But give us your feedback on those, because that's obviously always interesting to know. Okay, in addition with that you'll receive your lanyards, which is this on the bottom of the lanyard, and this is last year's lanyard. This year's one isn't quite finished yet. Will be your lanyard and your participant ticket. This is effectively your ticket. On the back has all your the itinerary, and this is your ticket, and this will get you into all the different events and identify you as a participant of the event. You'll also have a car sticker. The car sticker will go on the front windscreen of your car. Stick it on the outside of the windscreen. The adhesive is on the back, just behind your rear view mirror. That's really critical for us, because that tells us who you are, where you should be, when you should be, and it enables us to make sure you're in the right place at the right time. Also, you'll get a parking disc in there, which is great for you when you're traveling around the island. If you're in official parking areas, you can use the parking disc. They're pretty easy. If you're staying at the Sefton Hotel, you'll also get a Sefton Hotel Chester Street car park thing, because all the car parking is in Chester Street car park. That's just for the Sefton Hotel. And you'll also, for those of you who pre-booked the fun run, you'll get a fun run booklet with all the tulips, all the maps and everything for the fun run, and your parking permit for the car display in Peel on Thursday. But I'll come to all that later. Okay, now in addition to your road book, there'll be a flip chart, large flip chart in the reception of each hotel. Okay, and that will have everything that's going on day by day. So Thursday, it'll tell you exactly what's going on Thursday. Then end of Thursday, we'll take that up. That will reveal Friday's flip chart, and Saturday and Sunday and Monday, obviously accordingly as each go by. That will give you a daily schedule. That'll tell you what's going on, where you need to be, and at what time. Really important that you keep up to date with them. They're your Bible, but they're also in your road book as well, and your event guide. Okay, the daily schedules will also send out important information with text updates on Text Magic. So keep your eye on your phone. Just in case there's any changes or anything happens, we'll notify you by that, but we'll also remind you of some important stuff as well along the way. So keep a check of your phone as we go through the weekend. One thing to note when you get your event guide and your hotels is getting to the hotels and getting places. Don't use postcodes, because postcodes on the Isle of Man don't work. So don't use postcodes. Use the Google Map links that we will send you separately. Also use the What 3 Words that are in your road books. If you don't have the What 3 Words app on your phone, download it. It's actually fantastic and it's really easy to use. Okay, and we give you the What 3 Words for all the different locations in your road books, and they get you to all the places you need to be. But yeah, remember, don't use postcodes, because postcodes really will get you lost. Finally, as a part of the overview and introduction, just to introduce you to the different hotels we're using this year, 4 hotels. We have the Sefton Express, which is our budget hotel, a bit like a travel lodge, quite basic but comfortable. The rooms are fine. The reception area there is quite nice. It's got a seating area for like a continental breakfast, nothing elaborate, and they do sell snacks there as well. But it is what it is. It's a budget hotel, but it's fine, plenty of parking out by the airport. It's sort of 20 minutes into Douglas, but obviously in a good location for going out and doing some of the other things. So that's the Sefton Express. That's what we call our 2-star budget hotel. And then we've got 3-star is the Best Western Palace Hotel on the seafront in Douglas. Loads of parking, it's got 106 rooms, I think, something like that. We have loads of cars in there, doing lots of work in there. It is, I always say to people, when you arrive at the Best Western Palace, it looks a bit like turning up like a bit of an old BT building. It's a 70s build. It's not particularly attractive from the outside, but once you get inside, the public facilities are great. There's a health club, a swimming pool, there's a great new bar in there, there's a restaurant, all sorts of stuff in there. There's a casino, downstairs is a Chinese restaurant, so it's a great place to stay. The rooms are okay. Some a little bit more tired than others, and you know, a bit wear and tear. They are doing up all the public areas and all the corridors with new carpet. A lot of the bedrooms are getting new carpet, but it's fine. It's great base, and we don't have any problems there as long as we manage people's expectations and they don't think they're staying in a really posh hotel. It's a 3-star seaside hotel, great hotel. The next hotel is the Sefton, which is on the seafront in Douglas. That's a great hotel, a real Victorian style, grand seaside hotel. Lovely mixture of rooms because it's an old hotel. The rooms do vary. There are seafront rooms which are big and grand and massive. They've got courtyard rooms which are lovely. They've got a real mix match of different rooms. So, for the Sefton. Now the difference with the Sefton hotel is that the car parking in the Sefton is really tight and it doesn't take many cars. So we contract the Chester Street car park, which is just up the road. We have security in there overnight, so it's probably the most secure hotel that we have for parking. Okay, just park your car up there. We'll send you a video just giving you an update as to when you arrive, dropping your bags off, blah, 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 blah. Go off and park your car, and it's looked after for you for the duration of the weekend. Okay, but we'll send you different information on that. And finally, we have the Comis Hotel, which is probably our flagship hotel, the #1 hotel. It's the nicest. It's quite new. Rooms are very nice, lovely public areas, nice restaurant, health spa and stuff there. Loads of parking again, and it's right on the golf course. So it's a lovely hotel, but of course, you get what you pay for, and those of you who stand at the Comis probably paid a little bit more than some of the other hotels, but you'll have a great stay there. So that's the 4 hotels, and we will send you Google Map links from each of your hotels as to how to get to the different places and different attractions, different events that are running over the weekend. So that sort of is an overview. I really would appreciate if you watch all of the daily videos I'm now going to send you with this video, because it's really, really important for you as much as it is for us that you understand where you've got to go, where you've got to be, why you've got to be there, and what time you've got to be there, because it helps us from a point of view of controlling the 300 cars and all in different places that we have, and also give you an insight as to why you need to be there and what's what. So if you can please watch the videos, do it in your own time. I always say to people, in between the videos, you can go away and have a cup of tea and a couple of biscuits, or go for a walk around the block and think, all right, go get ready for the next one now. I'll try to be as quick as I can with them, but there is so much information to digest, and it's so much easier to do that than sending it to you in writing, where inevitably you wouldn't read all the information I'm going to give you. So that's the introduction. Thursday will be coming up. If you're there Thursday, then watch the Thursday one. If you're not over until sort of Thursday evening, then obviously you don't need to watch the Thursday video and then just kick into the Friday. Okay, well, here we go. Thursday, the fun begins. It's quite an easy going day. For those of you who are coming over and are booked the fun run, island introduction and the car display on the Thursday, it's a great thing we've started a couple of years ago, and it works really well. Okay, so it's a really leisurely day. You get up when you want, you leave when you want. You'll have your road book. Within your road book, you'll have a separate book which will have all your tulip maps and all the information and directions for the fun run. And basically what the fun run does, and the introduction, is it will give you a great introduction to the island. And by the time you've done the run, you'll have seen most of the attractions and driven on a lot of the lovely roads in the Isle of Man. Now, interspersed with the fun run on the Thursday is the big car display that we operate in Peel. For those of you who pre-booked, and please note, you can't do the fun run and you can't do the car display if you haven't pre-booked it. And I think it's pretty sold out. There may be one or two places left. So if you haven't booked it, get on the phone and book it up now. But basically, you'll do your fun run. It'll take you round down to the Sound, up through into Peel, all the way around the island, Port Erin. You'll see so many of the different attractions on the island, and it's great. People really enjoy it. And then at 12 o'clock, between 12 and 2, we hold a big car gathering where the roads and the car parks closed off in Peel by the castle, and you come in there and we have a big car display there. The locals come out in Peel to look at the cars. We advertise the event on local radio, because the local people want to know where the cars are all the time, so we'll tell them all the cars there. You'll get lots of people coming out to see the cars, and you'll get a chance to have some lunch and chill out and have a look around Peel before continuing with your fun run in the afternoon. So that's pretty much Thursday. So Thursday is quite an easy day, quite a leisurely day, and only applicable to you guys who are doing the fun run and the car display. If you're not doing that and you're on island, then of course the day is at your leisure to enjoy the island. If you haven't booked it, get it booked up. Maybe a couple of places left. Well, the fun really does begin on Friday. That's the real start of all of the organised events. The things that will be taking place on Friday are the Sloc runs, the 2 closed mountain runs on the Sloc that you get to do. You can go and visit the Isle of Man Motor Museum, which is fantastic. You can go and visit the Jurby Transport Museum, and you can do the track sessions. So what's most important now is that you have your car sticker on your car ready to go, because on the front of your windscreen, adhesive on the back, behind where your rear view mirror is, so that we can clearly see your car sticker. Now, during today, depending on your timings, and you need to check your road book and the flip chart in your hotel, depending on your car number is which time you will be turning up in different locations. The most important location today are for your Sloc Mountain Road times. Now, I've just got my sheet here, and this will tell me that we have 6 different groups going over the Sloc at different times. So we'll be sending roughly 30 to 50 cars over the Sloc at any one time, and you all have designated times. You will then know what your times are by your car number, i.e. cars 1 to 65 need to be at the Coffee Cottage ready for their Sloc runs at 8:45. Once cars 1 to 65 have done their Sloc runs, they are free then to leisure to go off up to Jurby, go and see the Isle of Man Motor Museum, go and see the Jurby Transport Museum, go and do any track sessions they may want to do, and just then the rest of the day is at leisure. Okay, and the remaining groups will continue during the day. If you've got morning track session, if you've got morning Sloc sessions, you go up to Jurby in the afternoon. If you've got afternoon track sessions, you go to Jurby in the morning, and then come back down for your Sloc runs. Now, the Sloc Mountain Road is roughly just over 2 miles long. You'll be started off from the start point, and there's maps in your book, and we'll give you we'll give you everything you need for that. And you'll be doing 2 runs on the Sloc, and we set the cars off in 30-second intervals. But you don't come to the Sloc directly. What you have to do is come to a place called the Coffee Cottage, which is in South Barrule, and that's where we'll hold all the cars. So you make your way down to at your designated time. Please don't come like early, maybe 5 minutes early is fine, but no earlier than that. And please don't be late, but don't come down at a different time. Come down at your designated time. If you want to be in a group together with friends, then turn up together as friends, and we keep you together as best we can. Okay, once you get to the coffee cottage, we have a parking system there, and this is where our color coding comes into play. Now on your sticker you'll have the Scenic Car Tours logo. Your logo may be green. Green is for intermediates. That's for people who either don't want to go particularly fast, just want to take leisurely drives up the mountain, okay, or your passenger doesn't want to go fast, or your car doesn't want to go fast, whichever one. So that's in your green group. The intermediate group, which are yellow Scenic Car Tour stickers on your rally plate, on your car sticker, are going to be for the people who are a little bit more adventurous, that want to maybe enjoy the drive a little bit quicker but don't want to go crazy. And the red Scenic Car Tour stickers on your car sticker are for people who want to get the most enjoyment out of the drive. So we will then colour code you at Coffee Cottage. We'll hold you there, as with the name, the Coffee Cottage. There is a coffee facility there, somewhere you can get a coffee and a piece of cake or whatever. We'll hold you there, and once we get notification from the mountain, we will then send you round. You will then follow our lead car round from the Coffee Cottage to the start point at the Sloc. Don't go straight there, otherwise you'll be sent directly, you'll be sent away. So come round, we'll take you round in convoy to the start at the Sloc Mountain Road, where you will then do your 2 closed mountain road runs. They're fantastic drives, okay? It's important. It's really important, because when we get you to Coffee Cottage, we will give you a safety briefing card, okay? You need to read that before you get to the start of the Sloc. Once you get to the start line, the marshals there will ask you, have you read your safety briefing card? Hopefully you will say yes. And then they will take that, and do you understand it, and you okay with it? And you'll go, hopefully yes. Okay, at that point they'll take the card off, and then they'll start you off on your mountain runs. Okay, the first run up the mountain road, once you get to the top, as I say, it's 2 miles, it's beautiful mountain hill climb. You'll turn right at the top where the chicanes are and where the marshals are. You'll turn right, come all the way back down through the valley and back up again to the start line. Okay, then once you get back to the start line, we'll send you up on your second run, and this time when you get to the top of the mountain road and the chicanes and the marshals, you'll carry straight on. Okay, and that road then takes you back down to where you started at the Coffee Cottage. Again, you can come and have a cup of coffee, or at the bottom of the T-junction can turn left and head off up to Jurby, or right and down to the Sound, or wherever you want to go. Okay, now the really important part of the Sloc run is to tell you that the only closed part of the run is from the start line up until the chicane at the top. The rest of the roads, when you turn and come back down to the valley or coming up to the start line, are not closed roads. So therefore the normal rules of the road apply. Once you get to the start line until the top of the Sloc where the chicanes are, that's the only closed section. Okay, so please remember that, because we've had instances where people have gone up, turn right, come back down through the valley at crazy speeds, and people do live down there, and it's just so dangerous. So please, the only closed section of the road is from the start line to the top of the Sloc. Okay. Once you've done your Sloc Mountain Road runs, then as I said, whether you're doing that in the morning or the afternoon, the other part of the day is to go up to Jurby. Jurby is where you'll find the Isle of Man Motor Museum. If you haven't been to the island, don't miss the Isle of Man Motor Museum. It's fantastic. It's better than majority of car museums you've ever been to. Okay, people love it, and you can spend hours in there depending on how interested you are in the museum. Also across the road is the Jurby Transport Museum. Okay, that's more trucks, buses. They've got some cars in there, but more heavy duty stuff. That's great. That's run by volunteers. So if you do go over to the Transport Museum, and I do recommend it, then just leave them a £1 or a couple of quid just as a donation, just to pay to keep the museum operating. However, the Isle of Man Motor Museum, your lanyard is your admission ticket. If you don't have your lanyard, you have to pay. So make sure you don't leave your lanyard at in your room. Okay, your lanyard is your ticket. Keep that on with you all times, and that's just identifies you throughout as a participant in the event. Okay, so the other thing that's going on Friday are the Jurby track sessions. Now the Jurby track sessions is on the Jurby circuit. It's not mandatory for you to have track day insurance because the track laps aren't timed and they're not competitive. Okay, so you can do the track laps. You don't have to have track day insurance. Okay. Having said that, obviously you do take the risk that obviously if you were to go crazy and have an accident in your car, then obviously you won't be insured because you're not on a normal road. But we haven't had a problem with that so far, and I wouldn't envisage that we will have. But no matter what car you've got, you can go and do the sessions. I had a guy last year in a Hillman Avenger. He just had the best time ever. He said to me, it's just one of the best things he's ever done. He really enjoyed it. So you haven't got to have an Aston Martin or a Porsche or whatever. You can do it in any car. You can go round at your own speed. You can just enjoy it. And it's just such a fantastic part of the event. People love it. You do have to pay extra for it. There is an admission charge, and then if you haven't got your own helmet with you, you can hire a helmet on the day, and they do charge you a personal accident insurance when you get there. I think that's £15 a person. That has to be paid locally, and that covers you personally on the circuit, and all of the first aid there, and the ambulances and all the marshals and all that. So it's a great day. Again, I think we've got about 50 cars booked on the sessions already. If you haven't booked your sessions already, then get them booked up, because I promise you will have a fantastic time and you will thank us, because it's just so much fun. It's really great fun. Okay, you can book that again. You can just call the office, say you just want to add on the track sessions, and you can do that. Okay, that's the track sessions. If you're doing Sloc runs in the morning, you do your Jurby stuff and the track sessions in the afternoon. If you're doing afternoon Sloc runs, then you'll do your Jurby stuff in the morning. Then we have morning sessions, we have afternoon sessions. Okay, so book it up. If you haven't already booked your track sessions, promise you won't regret that. So that's Friday during the day, and then Friday evening is our first organised event. That's Pie in the Sky. We run Pie in the Sky now Friday and Saturday, because in the past we used to just do Saturday and it used to sell out, and we used to have loads of people desperate to go, so we put Friday on as well, and now Friday is completely sold out. So Friday and Saturday are both sold out. Again, we'll send you Google Map links how to get there, and what you do is you drive to Laxey, you go and park your cars up on what are called the Laxey washing floors. It's an area a big grassed area where we park the cars. We have security down there. From there you just walk up to Laxey station, and that's where you board the trams. The trams will then take you up, the electric trams will take you up on Snaffell Mountain to the bungalow, and from there you just walk up to the Victory Cafe, which is on the 31st mile marker of the TT mountain course, and then you go in there, you have a fantastic pie, mash and some entertainment, and have a couple of hours up there, and then we bring you back down on the trams. I think the first tram comes down, I don't know, 9 o'clock, 9:30, whatever, but we'll give you all your times nearer the time. Now unfortunately I think the Pie in the Skies on Friday and Saturday are fully booked. Occasionally we get the odd cancellation, so it's always worth asking right up until the last minute. But at the moment, Pie in the Skies are booked. But come park your cars down at Laxey washing floors. Don't drive up to the Victory Cafe. We take you up on the tram, we bring you back down, jump in the car, back to the hotel. And that's Friday night. So that's Friday covered. A great day. Car stickers on, don't forget. And don't forget your lanyards for yourselves. That's Friday. So Saturday is our car display. So down in Douglas, right the way along the promenade on the seafront, we have a massive car display. We have 300 of our cars that have paid to come over to the island to join the event. Plus we then get joined by, in the region of 50 plus, Manx Classic Car Clubs that we invite to come and join the parade. So 350 cars parked up on the seafront. A great display. Again, it's advertised on the radio, and lots of people come down to see the cars. The car display officially starts at 11 and finishes at 3:30. You can't leave before 3:30. So if you don't want to be stuck in there, then obviously you don't have to come and do the car display. But I would say 99% of all the cars do. The one thing to remember is once your car's parked up, you can go off. You can go off and do a tram ride up the seafront. You can go to the shops, the restaurants. You can get a tram up the east side of the island. You can do whatever you want to do. So Saturday, the car display, you will be given in your road book and on the flip charts in your room the designated time to arrive. This is because obviously we don't want 300 cars arriving to park up all at the same time. We're trying to stagger it. So again, cars 1 to 65 will be at 9:30, cars 66 to 156 at 10 o'clock, 157 to 241, 10:15, and 242 through to 300 at 10:30. Get everyone parked up. Again, we just ask you, please, just turn up at your designated time, and that will help us to make sure we got the cars parked up before you arrive, and that means you're not hanging around for too long. If you start turning up too early, then different cars will get mixed up in the different order, and it causes chaos and slows everything up, and then you're going to be sitting around hanging around for longer. So please don't turn up early, but don't turn up late. Just turn up as close to your designated time as possible, and then the car display will open officially to the public at 11, okay, and finish at 3:30, okay. All day long is then up to you where you want to go, what you want to do. Again, and it's really important that if you're together with friends or car club members or part of a group, turn up together. Because if you don't turn up together, then it's so difficult for us to park you together. So if you want to be parked together in the car display, turn up together and we just park you up. Makes life much easier for us, and obviously means that you guys are all together with your group. Now, whilst the car display is on, we also are joined by the Sporting Bears. Most of you know what the Sporting Bears are. They're a charity-based car group who just organise what they call dream rides. And we advertise the dream rides on the radio for all the people on the island, and for people like yourselves who can come and you can go and take a drive in a Ferrari or whatever cars we have. And we normally have about 20 odd cars that are available for dream rides, and we take it for a half an hour ride up the coast, or we take members of the public. And all of the money raised for the dream rides goes to a local children's charity on the island. This year it's Lookie's Aid. Lookie's Aid is a great charity on the island. Everything we raise goes to that. We normally raise £2,000 or £3,000 a year. It's just a great thing to do. And if you've got a special car, or a car that you believe people on the island might love to go for a ride in, might just be one, or you might be popular and non-stop all day, then we'd love you if you would volunteer your car. And I apologise, the only thing it's going to cost you a little bit of time and fuel. Is what a fantastic cause. So if you'd like to participate in that, and the more the merrier. If you've got a great car and you think, I'm sure people love to have a go in my whatever, then please let us know. I'll send you a separate email, or if you just notify the office, we can send you Lisa Binfield at Sporting Bears details. She'll then sign you up and make sure everything's done legally. Your insurance will be covered via Sporting Bears for the runs, and that will be a great thing for you to do. So Sporting Bears takes place, and the dream rides are taking place from the seafront, again from 11 till 3:30. And then on Saturday evening, the same as Friday, pie in the sky, parking at the Laxey washing floors, security down there. You go up on the tram, do your pie in the sky, a bit of entertainment, a couple of hours, and then come back down again. And it's just a fun, great evening, and people love it, and it goes really well. Well, it's Sunday, and this is our big day. Sunday is our TT day. And yeah, my God, it's a great day. It's a busy day for us, but it's a great day for you guys, because you get to drive the whole of the TT circuit. And I'm sure you're all pretty familiar with the TT circuit and what it represents. Was originally a car run back in up until I think 1903, but obviously it's been made infamous by the bikes and the motorcycles over the years. What a massive worldwide event that is. So you're going to have the chance to drive the whole of the TT circuit. The first part of the TT circuit is you will arrive at the TT Grandstand, and at the back of the TT's Grandstand we have a big parking area where we will get all the cars parked up ready for the police escorted motorcade. Now you need to be there again at your designated times, and those times are in your road book and on the flip chart. Please again turn up at your allocated time. That enables us not to have too much congestion. Okay, we'll then get you parked up, and then at 10 o'clock the police escorted motorcade takes place, and basically you'll be taken escorted by the Isle of Man police, and you'll be taken around in a parade formation all the way around in a clockwise direction from the TT Grandstand to Ramsey. Now all the public, weather permitting, and hope the weather be favourable to us, of course again it's advertised to the local public. The public come out in force, and your arm's gonna ache waving at the public as you make your way around. Now it's really important, and a big problem we have year on year on year is the cars not keeping together, getting big gaps appearing between the cars. Please try your best to keep up with the car in front. It's not going to be going fast, but please don't drop back or do anything, because then other traffic sneaks in between. You'll get a van stuck in between the parade, and it becomes a bit chaotic. And we have had a couple of instances where groups of cars have gone off and got lost because if a car in front of you takes the wrong turn in, then inevitably you're going to follow him, and you're going to get lost, and then you're going to lose that experience of having done the full motorcade experience. Okay, there'll be police, there's a rolling roadblock, there'll be police closing all of the junctions, all of the traffic lights as you make your way around. It's just a spectacle with 300 cars in a parade formation, and it's a great thing for the public. And that will take place at 10 o'clock, and you'll make your way all the way around the TT circuit to Ramsey, where you should arrive around about 11. It takes about 45 minutes to an hour to get round to Ramsey. And then as you come into Ramsey, this is where things change. So if you've been with us before, another big challenge we've had is because we're trying to park up 300 cars on Motorcade Promenade in Ramsey, it's been a bit chaotic. And we're trying to park you up in groups, because then you've got your mountain runs going off. And then the spill off of that is that the people in the back groups are then hanging around in Ramsey for several hours in some cases, waiting to do their mountain runs. So this year, new plan. As you come into Motorcade Promenade with the motorcade, we'll be taking out from the motorcade and parking up just Group 1. Group 1 is cars number 1 to 65. That's our Figaro group, and they'll be parked up. The rest of you will be taken through all the way down Motorcade Promenade and allowed to disperse and go off and do your own thing for a while. Okay, the police will be closing off the junctions to try and get you back out into the normal traffic as quickly as possible. That means you can then go off and have a coffee in Ramsey or whatever. You can go off to Milltown House and Gardens, which is 5 minutes away. You can go up to the Point of Air. You can go back to the Jurby Motor Museum. You can go back to your hotel and have a snooze if you want. And please then, we just need you to come back at your designated time for your mountain runs. And that again will be on the flip charts and in your road book, and we will remind you of that. We'll be sending you texts for that. Please note that if you don't come back at your designated time, then you may miss your mountain run, which is a highlight of the weekend. Okay, but that means you come back, we just park you up, we colour code you, get you ready over on the mountain, no hanging around. And fingers crossed, if that works, that will be a big enhancement on the weekend. Okay, one thing's really important, that you must come in the same way as the parade comes in. You must come in from the north along Motorcade Promenade. Please don't come back in the way that you went out. Got to come back in the way you went in. You come in, and then we can pull you into the lanes and park you up, okay? And please don't come early. Come at your designated time. If you come early, we'll send you away, and then you have to come back again later on. So please come at your designated time. Please don't be late. And again, if you want to do your runs together, then try and arrive together, and we'll try and keep you as together as we can. Now, once we parked you up and it is your turn to do your mountain run, once you've got you in and we colour code you again, green, yellow and red. Green is comfortable, at intermediate and advanced. Again, the faster cars will be at the front, or the people who want to go the fast, the people who don't want to go so fast in the middle, and the people who just want to take their own time at the back. Okay, once your time is ready to go and we get the call from the mountain, we will then take you, the pace car will then lead you round from Motorcade Promenade on the seafront in Ramsey, and it will take you up to Barrel Park, which is the start point of the mountain run. Now here's another thing. We were horrified to find out that the mountain road is going to be closed for 5 weeks from the 15th of September. So we've been having negotiations. We have a great relationship with the DOI, the Department of Infrastructure, and they're totally aware how important the mountain runs are to us. So the good news is we do have the mountain road open to the full for our mountain runs. Okay, I'll come back to the rest of the time in a minute. Okay, so we will then take you around to Broad Park. You'll do the mountain run over the mountain, following a pace car. Now there is no overtaking. That's strict rule, no overtaking. But you're going to follow a pace car over the mountain, and it's a 11.7 mile run. Only 4-wheel event that gets the mountain road closed. And that is a fantastic drive. It's an incredible drive, incredible scenery, and we take you right the way over down to the Creg. Now the roadworks are fortunately between Brandywell, the closed road is between Brandywell and the Creg, but the actual roadworks itself is just at the top of Kate's Cottage before we drop down to the Creg, at which point we would be slowing you down anyway. So the road will probably be in a single lane. You'll be slowed down by your pace car. You'll just go through the roadwork section, which I think is about 100 metres long, and drop down to the Creg, park you up ready for your afternoon tea. Okay, so you get your full experience of the mountain road run, okay, irrespective of the roadworks that are going on. That's the great news. The rest of the weekend, the mountain road is closed from Brandywell down to the Creg, which is about a 2-mile section, but you can get to it from Ramsey as far as Brandywell and then turn down the Brandywell road or one of the roads coming off at the bungalow and drop down and do. So you can get to the mountain road, you just can't do that one section of it. So I'm sure you'll get that, and we'll have our team will be there just to give you more information, okay? But that's important to remember. So then what's important then is you then going to the first group will be at Ramsey, the second group will turn up at their designated time, etc., etc. You'll then take them over the mountain, do your mountain runs. You'll have your afternoon tea then at the Creg-Ny-Baa. Now remember, we got 600 people to get through the Creg-Ny-Baa. They have an upstairs and a downstairs. We have 600 people that we've got to get through there and feed. And that's a mean task, but it runs like clockwork. The only thing it means is you don't get you can't just stay there for as long as you want. We have to get each group, so we'll put the first group downstairs, the second group upstairs, the third group downstairs, the second group upstairs. But we have to unfortunately get you out sort of 45 minutes or so we get you in, get you fed, get you out about 45 minutes. It works fine and it's great. You get an afternoon tea, and it's not like a platted, layered tea because there's too many people. It comes out in more of a tray format, but everything that you would normally get on a tiered platter is there, and you'll get plenty of food and a cup of tea or coffee or a soft drink. And then once you've had your afternoon tea, we're back in your cars. And the other reason we want you back in the cars is because we're now taking you down to the TT pit lanes, where we'll have photographers waiting for you to do a photo shoot and get all your pictures in the pit lanes in your cars. And again, at that point, if you want to be together and park up together, then arrive together at that point. Okay, so that's the full TT day. We'll have staff everywhere. We'll have photographers everywhere. There's photographers on the mountain. There's photographers around on Thursday, on Friday, Saturday and Sunday, taking pictures of all the cars, and they'll all be put on our website and available to you download full res images free of charge. Okay, so TT day, TT Grandstand in the morning, Motorcade around the island. Then other than group one, you go off and do your stuff, come back for your designated time, over the mountain to do your runs. Creg-Ny-Baa is for your afternoon tea, and then from there down to the TT pit lanes for a photo shoot. And that's your TT day, and believe you me, that's a great day. And I hope a couple of the tweaks we've done at Ramsey are going to make it even more enjoyable for the latter groups who otherwise would have been hanging around quite a bit. So that was the main reason for doing that. And then in the evening, for those of you who booked the Gala dinner, we have Retrospect back. Retrospect have played for us the third time they've played with us. They're an 11-piece band. They're a local band. They are fantastic. They have everyone from the first song they play to the last song they play, the dance floor is packed. It's a great experience. Again, I think the gala dinner is pretty full. You can ring the office and check to see if we've had any cancellations, but dinner is included. You know, there's a great bar there. For those of you not staying at the Palace Hotel, there are transfers from your participant hotels to and from the Palace Hotel. Great evening. What a fantastic way to finish what is a fantastic day. So that's Sunday. Just a total action-packed day, and I'm sure you're going to have a fantastic time. A lot of you will be going home on Monday, but for those of you who aren't, who are staying on and doing the steam train and afternoon tea, you just have to get down to Douglas train station for 11:45. Parking's okay down there. In the station itself is a bit limited, but you can find somewhere to park. Get there for 11:45. The train departs from Douglas station at 12:10. Goes off to Port Erin, where you'll have some free time, and you can have a complimentary tour of the Railway Museum down there. And then at 14:50, that gets there about 13:40, 14:50, the train departs Port Erin and comes back to Douglas. Now, what they tend to do is serve the savouries and tea and coffee on the way out, and then the sweets on the way back. There is a cash bar on board as well, so if you want to buy drinks on the train, just a lovely, lovely afternoon thing to do. Again, I think it's pretty full, but again, occasionally we get cancellations, so if it's something you really want to do, give the office a ring, they'll put you on the wait list if it is full up, and then give you a call if anything comes. Just remember, we will be there throughout the whole of this weekend to make sure that everything runs as close to clockwork as possible. We'll be there at the steam train with you again. Make sure you're all you have the best possible time, and then obviously the remainder of you will be travelling home on Tuesday or Wednesday. I know people stay for different durations, and our aim is to give you the best possible weekend that we possibly can on the Isle of Man. If you have any questions whatsoever, watch the video again, but please watch it. Please make sure you try and take in what I'm telling you, because it will mean that you get the best possible experience that you can have, and hopefully that means you'll understand what we're doing and the method of our madness. And we'll be totally pleased to get your feedback after the event as to what sort of experience you've had. But hopefully it will be the best. I've had people come up to me and say this is the best motoring event we've ever been on, and that's what our intention is, to try and create that for you guys. See you in the island, see you in the Isle of Man in September, and I look forward to meeting you all there. Bye.